Hello, this is RJ City, and I am ethically opposed to any more wrestling podcasts. I don't know why you guys are talking about wrestling. It is a niche product. It is a very small industry. Yet, at this point, there's more wrestling podcasts than there are wrestlers. There is something wrong with society as a whole, but as you get smaller and smaller into wrestling, and then the wrestling podcast sphere, it gets even worse. And one such example, if I may turn on the microscope and look at the drudgery that happens to be True Heel Heat. SP3, Sid, this is your fault.
Hi, I'm the ballsy badass Shotzi Blackheart, and you're watching True Hill Heat.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3, and we are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube and Facebook for Rated Raw Review, episode 105. I hate you. I've always hated you. Reviewing last night's February 2nd, 2026 edition of Monday Night Raw on Netflix, where Roman Reigns has officially chosen CM Punk for the main event of WrestleMania coming up this April 16th and 17th from Las Vegas, Nevada. We now know what will headline the show, and we're here to talk all about it as only we can. And of course, to do that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague. He is the resident True Heel alcoholic himself and the most unfiltered soul to talk about Monday Night Raw in the land today, the one and only Top Guy JJ. How are you doing, Top Guy?
Pretty fantastic, actually. Today's a good day. Today's a good day. We get to talk about some good stuff,
Like one good segment.
Some
one
good stuff. Some good stuff.
I mean, it was like two good segments last night.
Yeah,
to be
like
fair.
you know, in our world, this rated Raw spectrum, that's a lot these days.
That's a lot. Yeah, in comparison to other weeks. Yeah, you don't get a segment like last night, like the end of last night's show, too many times from WWE. This was the best WWE segment in a year.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Excited for what's to come, and excited for. I'm actually even more excited for later because I'm actually going to go see the MJ musical later tonight. So I'm like pumped for that. So you know, I worked this gauntlet.
Wait, there's a musical?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about the movie?
No, MJ the musical. The movie doesn't come out till April, my guy.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was like, I thought the movie comes out in April. So
nah, MJ the musical. Someone in Times Square. So I've been wanting to book those joints for a couple years now, and I was like, I keep missing Broadway week. I keep missing Broadway week where you get to buy one get one free. So I was like, I gotta wait for that opportunity because I was like, I'm trying to be a little cheap. Because, you know, got all these trips planned and all of this shit like that. So I'm trying to be a little frugal. But I was like, I got to jump on this one. I've been trying to see this for like 3 years now. And I'm like, all right, I'm pulling the trigger. Average price was like $80. So I was like, I can't be that cheap. I can't be that cheap.
It's a thin line to be that cheap, so you had to go for it. So that's dope. That's
so I'm happy. I only need to see it once. It's gonna be a nice little thing because it's one of those bucket list things that I'll never get to accomplish and seeing that man live. So get the closest thing to it.
When was the last time you've been to a Broadway play?
I went to the last play I went to was The Lion King.
I've seen that live.
That was the last play I went to was The Lion King.
I experienced a lot of my Broadway experiences was when I was working as a concierge because
exactly. Yeah, living like working in the city, there was so much more access to it, and now just being so far away from it, like not actually really far away from it, but like. When you work in Staten Island and the shit is in Manhattan, that's just like from state to state. That's what it feels like to a degree.
Yeah.
So, I was like, fuck it. Let's get this done. Let's get it done. And here we are. I'm excited for it.
I'm excited for you as well. And also excited to talk about last night's Monday Night Raw. We appreciate y'all if you're joining us live. Appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. Let's drop the thumbs up on the video. Let's help out the YouTube algorithm. You can also share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. You can also sound off in the comments down below if you're watching us on demand. Let us know what you thought about last night's Monday Night Raw, the post Royal Rumble 2026 edition of Monday Night Raw. Let us know in the comments down below. And if you're with us live, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys. Hear your thoughts on last night's Monday Night Raw. We'll try to highlight as many of your comments as possible. But of course, if you're feeling generous, you want to give back to what we do here, you want to show your support to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel in the best way possible, you can do so with a super chat donation. Any dollar amount matters. It goes back to the contributors that you see on screen with us here. And we always appreciate the support. We set another goal for the super chat. So if we're able to hit that goal, we're going to finally do it. I've been talking about it for a year, but we haven't been hitting the goals too much. So I'm promoting it out front. If we hit our super chat goal, we'll finally do the Top Guy JJ Q&A, where me and Top Guy JJ will take your questions and answer them. Any questions that you got on anything to do with wrestling, with sports, with entertainment, with anything in between, any questions you got, we'll finally do that Q&A session we've been talking about for a while now. But we already got in the chat our first super chat donation. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support. He says, did we really need to bring back both Bella twins for Bailey to get her revenge from WrestleMania 37 humiliation? Because I kind of feel like they are going in that direction, but I hope I'm wrong. No, they did not bring back the Bella twins for Bailey to get her revenge. I'm sorry to let you know that. I'm sorry if I'm the first one who's telling you that is not the intention, that this is for the Bella twins to be stars and probably win their first women's tag team titles.
See, that's what I mean by some good things to talk about. Some good things. So apparently, though, there's fucking people that is uberly excited for Brie Bella, which
speaking of MJ, people reacted to Brie Bella like she's Michael Jackson.
Like, dude, like, am I missing something here? I missed this memo. Like, to fucking mark out like a fucking high school nerd boy over this woman. Like I missed this memo. I was like,
She's back.
Good for her.
She's back.
Like, good for her, but I'm like, okay. Yeah, niggas is acting like we didn't experience botchamania every single time this woman was out there. But
hey, she
good. I said good for her. Like, good for her. But missed me with that bullshit. Missed me with that bullshit. It felt like all those motherfuckers in that building got paid to react like this was the biggest surprise of the night. And it looked like I don't know when we'll get the chance to talk about the Royal Rumble, but I would love.
I was gonna ask you about your thoughts on the Royal Rumble overall.
And this is just my perspective watching it and just absorbing it. This might have been one of the laziest Royal Rumbles I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. Like, this was literally a WWE 2K production. It was indescribably bad to me.
Damn.
like the women's Royal Rumble, in my opinion, was a million times better than the men's one.
I thought both of those Royal Rumbles were not good.
And the women's Royal Rumble wasn't good.
The women's Royal Rumble was not good. But I can understand you saying that and other people saying that, because a lot of people value how a match ends more than how it begins. And the women's Royal Rumble, the latter half was better than the beginning half. And no, the beginning 2/3, because the first 40 to 50 minutes of the women's Royal Rumble, it was painfully boring. But the final 10 to 15 minutes was actually good.
Dog, the men's Royal Rumble was one of the worst things I've ever seen.
I actually liked the beginning, the first half of the men's Royal Rumble.
Oba Femi dominating the first little bit of it.
The first half. It's literally I can pinpoint, like you know how they do the beam of, oh, you can see when his soul dies. I could see when this match dies. It's as soon as you hear boom, 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 boom.
My soul was already dead by the time he came out. Like, it was already like after number 7. That was essentially for me after number 7. Once Damian Priest came out, it went so downhill. It went, dog. There was no elimination in that men's Royal Rumble that looked difficult. Not one looked difficult.
But JJ, at least you got eliminations. They had none in the women's Royal Rumble. Tiffany Stratton comes out and half the field is still in the ring.
I mean, that doesn't make it any better.
I agree.
The uneventful way, dog, the fact that Brock Lesnar got eliminated while Jey Uso's yeeting was probably the funniest thing of the Rumble. But everyone that was in there, like LA Knights was so uneventful. Cody fucking Rhodes getting eliminated was so uneventful. The big
I like that.
stars,
I like Drew coming out and screwing him over again.
It was just, that was rough to watch.
Like, I disagree. I think the men. I like the men's Royal Rumble more than the women's Royal Rumble because at least the men's Royal Rumble had some stories. There was no stories going on in the women's Royal Rumble,
and that's fine. I mean, they both sucked, so it's whichever one you liked more. That was less trash. That's fine. I am not going back and forth with literally anyone on two trash ass Royal Rumbles. That would just be punishing both of us. Because that would then turn us into defending one of them. And I ain't defending either one of them shits. They were both horrible. So you pick whichever one is less trash to you. Kudos to you. And kudos to anybody that thinks, oh, the men's was bad. That's fine. The women's I enjoyed more, and that's fine. But did I like either one of them? Fuck no. Like, and my God, like, I mean, and I think I was like, so I did really enjoy the AJ and Gunther match. That was actually really good. That was really, really good. Like, that was damn good. So it was kind of like, I like that wave of emotion that we kind of like. I know I had like a wave of emotion because seeing how like AJ is kind of reacting and him kind of like it's sinking in that it's over. And then the mind starts to turn and I just get so happy because I'm like, the buffet is open. The buffet is open. And it was his decision. And God, I was so happy for that. Like, oh yeah, he values himself. And I love that man for that. That he values the last 11 months of his wrestling career and said, I ain't doing it in this fucking place, tagging up with the likes of Dragon Lee, fighting the New Day every other fucking week, then fighting fucking the War Raiders, or like, no. That man had a come to Jesus moment and said, I'm doing what's best for me. And I fucking loved it.
You got a difference of opinion. Christopher says, I love both Royal Rumbles.
Like I said, I'm not arguing with anyone about this Royal Rumble. That's what I said. Okay. Fine. That's fine.
The Reaper says, I can't pick what Royal Rumble was better, mainly because both were as bad as each other. Yeah, they like I said it on the review. I was like, if you combine the first half of the men's Rumble with the second half of the women's Rumble, that's a good Rumble. But neither one had two halves of equal value. So that's why they were kind of both pretty mid.
And the stadium lights, those lights, awful choice. Awful choice. It made the entire place look empty.
Yeah, it did. It did. That was the choice. And that's why they turned off the lights after like the woman's, like the first couple of minutes of the women's Rumble.
Yeah. Good luck with every one of us that has to deal with WrestleMania going in next year.
Mm-hmm. Annika saying, where is Revolution at this year? Los Angeles. Once again. Los Angeles. We got I'm Heel, who says, I love Oba Femi. Screw Cody. Have Drew versus Oba at Mania. Sorry about that. If you saw how Oba was booked last night, I'm sorry. I don't have high expectations for Oba Femi on the main roster anymore.
It's week 1.
I know it's week
swear.
1, but it's the same way they introduced Rusev back to the company.
But I'm not gonna trip yet.
Okay, all right.
I was just happy to see that man walking down a Raw ramp. So
I loved his entrance at the Royal Rumble. The Saudi crowd loved him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. As like, if you don't love Oba, then check your fucking heart rate, check your pulse, because that man oozes aura.
Yeah,
love it.
Dion saying, I really think Hobbs should go to NXT. I think sending him straight to the main roster is setting up for failure. There was a weird thing going on online. I saw even like Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez saying that Hobbs did not get a reaction, when literally I heard he got a reaction when it said Powerhouse Hobbs on the big screen. When it said Powerhouse Hobbs on the big screen, there was an initial pop from the fans. So despite all of Meltzer, and I seen other people being like, oh, Hobbs didn't get much of a reaction, they don't have AEW out in Saudi Arabia. He definitely got a pop when it said Powerhouse Hobbs on the screen. When it turned to Royce Keys, he got less of a pop coming out. But then when he got in the ring, there was a light but noticeable AEW chant. So apparently Saudi Arabia is actually aware of AEW, because guess what, guys? The internet exists in Saudi Arabia.
It's so lovely to understand like simple logics. Like, what did they think, like, when he was gonna get introduced for this Rumble, that the fucking arena was the stadium was gonna fucking blow off the fucking hinges? Like, he is not a main event guy. He's never been a major champion. He's a great asset, but temper your expectations a little bit. Like, just a tad. just.
Dion says Hobbs didn't really stand out in the Rumble, and I don't even have to say it. Thank you, I'm Heel, who said no one really stood out in the Rumble. Like, even Oba, who had the great 5 first eliminations, he then stand in the corner for the next 10 to 15 minutes.
Whatever. No, whatever. Like, I'm like not debating with anybody about that bullshit. That Royal Rumble, besides that one match, was blissfully bad.
Yeah, even Sammy and Drew did not deliver.
That, because it was, there was legit no threat of Sammy actually winning this match.
No, because Drew fucked him up for like 90% of the matchup.
Yep. So it was just like, what? Why is this match even on the card? This shit should have been on like SmackDown. If y'all gonna do Sammy like that, like, damn, y'all could have just put Sammy in the fucking Royal Rumble.
Yeah. We got Rachel, who's been a big proponent of Roman versus Punk at WrestleMania, so I know she's doing a deserving victory lap. She says Cody gave away his once guaranteed night 2 spot to Roman and Punk. What a fumble. I wonder if Cody versus Drew versus Fatu will even main event night 1. This, like, Roman Reigns has had one of the greatest 4-day stretches in the history of professional wrestling. Friday, shitted on and buried WWE Creative, the roster, and Triple H on the Pat McAfee show, then proceeded to win the Royal Rumble, which I said on social media, I was like, if he wins the Rumble after those comments, he's the GOAT. He's officially the GOAT. after winning the Royal Rumble, and then he solidifies it with the best promo and roasting CM Punk and burying Drew McIntyre, the WWE title, SmackDown, Cody Rhodes by proxy. And I was like, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. This is otherworldly. He is when it comes to being a politician in the pro wrestling world, Roman Reigns is like a Super Saiyan version of Stone Cold Steve Austin and Hulk Hogan. It's ridiculous how powerful he really is right now.
I think it's going to take a little while for some people to understand that because of the power shift that he literally just executed in less than a week. Put it into perspective, simple terms. Roman Reigns, in a 4-day period, has made the World Heavyweight Championship more important than the WWE Championship. In one fell swoop. No one in the company would have had the ability to do that.
Nope.
And then what he did last night, the man etched night 2's main event last night.
Yep. One
Etched
promo
in stone.
And then he could take the next month off.
Hey, that's fine. That's fine. Because after what was done to that man, CM Punk gonna need a month to get back to get back up there and get close to what happened to him.
Facts. We got another super chat donation from our boy Josh D from CT. Thank you so much for the support. He says, "This is what we do." Triple H. I had Jeremy arguing, or not arguing, but saying on In the Weeds earlier. He was like, Triple H needs to do something to get his balls back because Roman Reigns has cut off his balls in front of us.
Hey, facts are facts, friend. Facts are facts, friend. It's just it was quite remarkable what has transpired over these last few days. It's actually quite remarkable. Like, and the fact that this man comes to work when he wants, how he wants, in the manner of which he pleases, still has an entire company and the fucking universe in the palm of his hands.
I'm Hale saying, I never thought I would say this, but Roman is better than Punk on the mic, and that was proven last night. Yeah, I think like all time, CM Punk is definitely higher on my list, like all time on the mic, all time talkers in pro wrestling. He's higher on my list than Roman Reigns. But in the year of our Lord 2026, Roman Reigns is better than CM Punk on the mic.
And it makes Roman that much better when it means something to him. Mm-hmm. When it means something to him, that man has no limits.
And it goes back to what Rachel said. I really feel like Cody rejecting his idea of Cody and Roman 3 and Triple H agreeing with Cody and scrapping those plans has basically put a chip on the shoulder of the wrong guy. You want to have a chip on his shoulder who can basically have the stroke to win the World Heavyweight Championship. And then he has the company, the whole entire company by the balls because his contract expires in May.
Dude, I'm just, it's so much to dive into it. Or like Cody Rhodes really gained a sense of entitlement. Mm-hmm. Like a real strong sense of entitlement here. Like almost Karen level. You
know who he became? He's become Triple H. This is who Triple H was in the 2000s, where Triple H thought he was much higher on the card, but he's not Rock or Austin. Like Rock and Austin used to look at him like, why are we putting this guy over all the time? We're the two stars. And that's how Roman looks at Cody.
Yeah. And it's, he spent a lot of time like getting to where he's at, and he deserves all of his like success and everything that came his way. And it's almost like this is why we didn't want to give you everything, because you don't know how to handle everything. And to even give pushback on a plan of finishing a trilogy, obviously it's not something that us fans, like, we didn't want it. So it could be a tale of two worlds. Like, he could be in tune with what he's hearing on the outside and having that influence his mind and his thoughts. But at the same token, who the fuck wouldn't want to step in the ring and headline another fucking WrestleMania with arguably the greatest person in this entire generation? How does your mind even get to a place where you think you're more or just as important as Roman Reigns? Something got fucking foggy up there, and then he not only eliminated himself from night 2 of WrestleMania, there's a question that fucking the match he's in won't even main event it.
No, it won't even be night 1 main event. And Monizy, I think it's not understanding what you're saying, because I get what you're saying, but he says, I get people saying Cody made a mistake. Oh, well, he said he gets it, but he says, I'm happy he turned it down because nobody wanted to see Cody or Roman Cody 3 anyway. Roman versus Punk should have always been the plan once Rollins went down. And you're 100% right there. I just think that it's more of Cody should be upset. Shody should be upset because he made the wrong move for his career.
Yeah, like, at some points, you need to be selfish despite what other people are wanting and feeling. Like, when history goes down in the books, you would have been the one to main event 3 WrestleManias with Roman Reigns. Not Top Guy JJ, not SP3, not just throwing y'all names out there, not Amanizi, not Dion, not Crystal Love. It would have been his history. But he's letting the influence of what people are saying send his fucking history in a trajectory going downhill.
Like, he went from QB1 to now he feels like the 3rd biggest star. Now it really, after last night's segment, it really feels like Roman is 1, Punk is 2, Cody's down here at 3.
Like, he doesn't even realize that he's been usurped by multiple people. It's not registering. Like, Jacob Fatu is not going to elevate you back to where you once were. Like, this Royal Rumble just passed. How many chants of We Want Cody, or how many We Want Codys took place?
Yeah, he's getting booed more often than not.
Go figure. People was way more upset about what happened to Bron Breakker than what happened to Cody Rhodes.
Did seem like that. Coming out of Royal Rumble. We're about to talk about that. Tech with one last question saying, so if Cody doesn't main event night 1 of Mania, what match do you think main events night 1?
Do you do PR? Do you do PR correct, or do you try to line up an actual match?
What's the PR answer then?
Women's championship matches should headline it.
I was gonna say, if we're to believe the reports that they want to make Liv Morgan a centerpiece of WrestleMania 42, if you can get Liv hot enough, if you can turn around the booking for Stephanie Vaquer and probably change her fucking theme song after last night.
Oh, we'll get there.
I think that you can get it to the point where that's the main event. But yeah, I think it's safe. Cody Rhodes is QB night 1 right now. Right now, that matchup would probably be the night 1.
Builds he hasn't lost main event for night 1 yet. He hasn't lost it. because Bron Breakker didn't win the Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins is not back as champion. So that possibility is relatively out the window for a main event shot. In this current form and what we're currently seeing, there's no way on this planet Liv Morgan and Stephanie is main eventing shit.
Nah, not at this moment.
But that is almost like the beauty of them having 2.5 months to inject fuel into people's brains if that's something that they want.
Mm-hmm.
They could somehow, like, you know, I don't know if what the plans are for Rhea Ripley. Like, Rhea Ripley should have some form of main event plan, but it just doesn't seem like that's in the cards.
Seems like she's going to be kind of the centerpiece of the women's TLC that everybody's been talking about. I was one of the first people who mentioned that to you when we were reviewing the January 5th Raw episode. Monezy saying Braun versus Seth Rollins. I don't know. I don't know after this first segment, but let's get into that.
With no championship involved, that's not going to main event.
And I'm a big Becky Lynch. You all know I'm a Becky Lynch and AJ Lee fan, and I think that's going to be a big matchup for WrestleMania. But it's for a mid-card title, so that's not going to main event night one either.
Nah. If one of them was the actual champion, it would.
Yeah. So let's talk about last night's Monday Night Raw. It took place from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. What did you think about the crowd last night in Philly? I was disappointed by this crowd.
They were really good at moments, but it felt like they were like on. It seemed like they were on like tape delay. Like they it's almost like they weren't registering shit as it was happening, which was a little weird. And Philly is one of the best wrestling towns that we got. But yeah, like they they were all right. But yeah, we've heard and we've seen way better.
So right off the bat, we get an unusual start to the show. We get the usual intro, and then it gives us a cold open as Raw immediately cuts to a shot of Bron Breakker. He's marching around the ringside area, and he proceeds to tear apart the announce table. He confronts the announcers who are begging off. Then Breakker tosses the announce table over, and he demands a mic. Breakker gets into the ring as his Vision stablemates. This was a good touch with the Vision kind of coming out frantically, trying to stop him from basically going off as he made his way down there. Breakker called out Adam Pearce as the Vision and Paul Heyman urged him to calm down. Breakker accused Pearce of ruining his Rumble appearance, and he threatened to ruin Monday Night Raw. Paul Heyman eventually gets the mic away from Breakker as the rest of the Vision try to talk him down, and he continued to talk. He continued to talk as he said that this was all Adam Pearce's fault. Pearce has to approve every single visa for the trip to Saudi Arabia, so he had to know who the masked man was. He also accused Pearce again of making Bron Breakker the number 2 entrant, said that this was all a basically conspiracy by Adam Pearce. Bron Breakker grabbed the mic away from the wise man and demanded that Pearce come out here. He said he threatened to come down there and basically strangle Pearce if he doesn't come out. Pearce finally entered and was guarded by security as he came out. Pearce was in no mood for this. Pearce reminded them that the Rumble drawing was random, and he said that he would give Breakker a gift and let him keep his job after that piss poor performance on Saturday. I was like, God damn, way to make Bron Breakker look like a chump. Breakker snapped and he tried to scramble out of the ring, but they stopped him. Then Pearce made an accusation basically saying that maybe the masked man was Austin Theory, since the last time there was a masked man, that it was Theory behind the mask, and he looked at Theory, but he didn't even really kind of go into that, sell that too much. Breakker tries to go after Pearce and he trips on his way up the rampway. I was like, this is a humiliation ritual for Bron Breakker at this point. He tripped over in the process because he was so upset. He was stopped eventually by Bronson Reed in the entranceway. While all of that is going down, with the Vision having their attention on Pierce, who then bailed from the stage area, we get LA Knight's music hits. He appeared from the crowd and blindsided Austin Theory and Logan Paul with steel chair shots to the back. Reed eventually chases him off as LA Knight bails through the crowd. This leaves Breaker even more upset as he's like asking Paul Heyman, "What the hell are we doing? What the hell are we doing here?" I know there's people that really like this segment. I am not one of those people. I thought this segment did not come off well. I thought that this segment, the point of this segment was to get over how irate Braun Breaker was, and it did a good job at that part. But Braun Breaker just standing there as Pierce makes fun of him for getting eliminated in 10 seconds in the Royal Rumble. Don't like how that looked. Him tripping over as he tried to go after Pierce just made him look like even more of a dork. You got over the fact that he was ballistic and irate, so you did that well. But then the LA Knight attack, they barely sold it. Like, Logan Paul and Austin Theory were up after multiple steel chair shots immediately after LA Knight was chased from the ring, so they basically no-sold that attack. And just this just makes me go, what the fuck did I tell you? I told all of y'all so. I told y'all. The minute they didn't put Braun Breaker in the Battle Royal, I was like, they're gonna fuck this up. He had all the momentum in the world in October, and they have totally lost the plot. Now, the soonest we will ever see Braun Breaker win a World Heavyweight Championship is the spring. He was in the Royal Rumble for 10 fucking seconds. And the Masked Man were not 10 fucking seconds. And the Masked Man, yeah, it could be Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins could be back in time and face him at WrestleMania. And that will be a good high profile match for him to have at WrestleMania. But if Seth Rollins is not healthy, the Masked Man could be actually Austin Theory or even fucking Logan Paul. And he could be facing one of those dorks at WrestleMania. They have fucking blew it. I feel like they have already missed the peak of Braun Breaker. This is booking malpractice at its finest, and not enough people are talking about it. What did you think?
This was just as bad as the setup after Royal Rumble for him. This was awful in my opinion. You're in the moment. It's like it's tense and he's hot and all of that, but it all just felt like flat. Like it was just it didn't match what anyone is visioning for him. One, I wholeheartedly believe that was Logan Paul.
Oh my
wholeheartedly
God.
believe that was
makes
Logan
me
Paul.
so depressed.
I wholeheartedly believe that was Logan Paul. And I said, and I don't, I think I said something in this nature, that the fact that Logan Paul came up with this idea to make Braun Breaker the winner of the Royal Rumble, I felt like that was when I realized that Logan Paul is going to screw Braun Breaker. And there goes the fucking Ferris wheel going around again. And Braun Breaker is a fucking giant hamster in this fucking hamster wheel that does not stop moving. And there's no reaction or no feeling for it because no one wants that. No one wants it. So the aftermath and everything that happens in between, no one's going to give a fuck about. Like the whole interaction with Braun and Adam Pearce was just cheesy. What Paul Heyman was saying in the ring was just cheesy. Like it just was just poorly executed, in my opinion. Like the fact that you don't even let this man start the match in the Royal Rumble is a criminal offense. Like, I looked at this and just was flabbergasted.
He was one of the favorites to win.
Like, one, you got him coming out at number 2? At number fucking 2? And then he doesn't even get to lock horns with Oba Femi. He doesn't even get to fucking react to anything. I don't know if Bron Breakker did something to these people. I don't know if he's a nutcase in the back. But none of this shit is adding up. This is a classic case of the math ain't fucking mathing. Because who the fuck wants to see Bron Breakker, Logan Paul? Who the fuck? Because you know everyone else that is not thinking illogically is logically thinking that it's Seth Rollins. Yeah. And you know the stupid ass place called the WWE is going to want to fucking hook, line, and swerve you.
You got Bruce Pritchard in the writer's room. Like,
this swerve. No one wants this swerve.
Seth Rollins is too predictable. How about we go with Adam Pearce?
That would even be worse.
I mean, he's been feuding with Adam Pearce for a month now.
And that person, whoever that was, definitely Adam Pearce.
It definitely ain't Adam Pearce. That's for damn sure.
This was bad. Like, this is a rough start.
It's like people don't pay attention to how WWE booked. Once WWE misses on the peak of someone, they don't ever come back in a reasonable amount of time. And like, there is no reason to even run that angle of Bron Breakker spearing Seth Rollins and having the Vision turn on Seth. You could have wrote off Seth in so many different other ways, but you set it up where he had the most momentum he's ever had. He peaked at that point, and you should have capitalized on that peak by putting the World Heavyweight Championship on him. He should be going into WrestleMania as World Heavyweight Champion and facing CM Punk, and then you could have done the Roman and Cody matchup on the other end, or do Roman, Cody, and Drew if Drew wins the championship, still wins the championship in this timeline. Or it should have been Roman and Braun for the World Heavyweight Championship if you really want to build him up as a new star. They've missed the peak, and they're not even going to get back to it. The soonest they'll get back to it is SummerSlam.
Like, the only way they're going to recover from this is if they literally just force it to happen. Because the organic rise of Bron Breakker is fucking nuked.
It is.
Like, it's fucking, like, it's nuked completely. Like, you're telling me that Bron Breakker was not in the Royal Rumble Final Four, but Logan fucking Paul was? What? Dog, like, yo, wake up. Wake up. Because this shit is about to be a roller coaster of fucking massive fuckery going on. And their attention is probably on like 3 to 4 matches, and everything else is just going to get thrown together.
Yeah. We kind of already see that kind of coming to fruition before our eyes for WrestleMania. But we do have a super chat donation here from our main man, Dion. Thank you so much, Dion, for the support, taking us in a different direction. He asks about the WWE Championship matchup for WrestleMania. He says, do we still think it'll be a triple threat? The who attacked Jacob thing is still dangling too. WWE would be fucking foolish to do Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre one-on-one at WrestleMania. They have to insert Jacob Fatu to bring some type of variety and something different to the table for WrestleMania. But once again, we are talking about the same company that missed the peak on Braun Breaker. So they are totally capable of just giving us Cody versus Drew once again. So I am not 100% confident that it's going to be a triple threat match. I'm like 65-35 that it will be a triple threat, though.
If Jacob Fatu is not a part of this mix, Jacob Fatu doesn't have a match at WrestleMania. Ever since Jacob Fatu has been back, he has only linked with Drew and Cody. If he's not in that mix, he doesn't have a match.
I can see them forcing the way and having it revealed that Randy was the one who attacked him, and they do Randy versus Jacob Fatu.
Thrown together bullshit.
Yeah. Pretty much.
In what world? What world does that make sense for 40-something-year-old Randy Orton to be attacking a criminal?
I don't know. Attacking a fucking blood.
Like, one, that doesn't even sound like good TV. Like, that's not even intriguing. Like, oh God. Like, yo, I'm dreading this WrestleMania card, dog. Because everybody's fantasy WrestleMania card ain't fucking happening.
Everybody's fantasy WrestleMania cards are much better than what we're actually going to get.
Hell yeah. I've seen some great cards. Those cards ain't happening.
We got a super chat donation from our main man, Chuck Berries, this time. Thank you so much, Chuck Berries, for the support. He says, do you guys see the Vision staying together for much longer? Because I think they need to break this BS up. It is definitely not what they first were putting together. They were putting together a faction that could use the main event equity of Seth Rollins and the Hall of Fame resume of Paul Heyman and all the great all-timer champions, like the two guys that were in the main event segment that he's managed, and use that to prop up some younger stars, some newer stars like Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. And then they kind of convoluted that by the breakup with Seth Rollins and took him out of play. So then it became Paul Heyman and a whole bunch of guys he's trying to get over, which feels very much like, remember Paul Heyman with fucking Ryback and Curtis Axel in 2013? It feels very much more like that than what they first intended was. It was going to be Seth Rollins' bloodline. But it's not that anymore because Seth Rollins not in play. Now it's just Paul Heyman trying to bring up these guys where you got one guy who seems ready-made for the main event scene, yet they are treating him through an humiliation ritual so he can earn his spot in the main event picture. Then you got Bronson Reed where they totally missed the boat on him as well, because remember, this guy beat Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel last year. And they've done jack and shit with that. And then they added Logan Paul, which makes Logan Paul feel like the top star because he's always treated as the guy that they have to put into the main event picture, have to put in high profile position, have to make him the guy that talks the most in the group. And then they added Austin Theory, which brought the whole basically reputation and level that the Vision were at as the main event faction and brought them down a little bit slightly to like the upper mid card, where they're not the main event of Monday Night Raw anymore, especially after last night. They are like the upper mid card now.
Dog, this Vision shit ain't it. Like it's just not it. Like, the fact that they had their moment in the sun when you had Bronson Reed beat Roman Reigns in an Australian street fight, then you had Braun Breaker chasing after the World Heavyweight Championship after they turned on Seth Rollins. That was 2.5 months ago. And they have done not a fucking thing since. Except show up on TV, have matches, and lose half of them. So they're not even a dominant group.
No.
Like they're just literally a bunch of guys together. Throw them out there. Like there's no synergy with this group. Like there's no rotation of how these cats are operating. Like none of them have goals. Like how are you in a group and none of them have goals? Not a single one of these motherfuckers have any ambition to chase something. Even the fucking Judgment Day got that fucking cue card. That Judgment Day needs to go after the gold. Judgment Day needs to go after this. Judgment Day needs to go after that. What the fuck is Division going after?
They haven't been going after any gold, really.
Nothing. It's a waste of time. It's a colossal waste of time.
We get a Royal Rumble recap video. Then we see Liv Morgan, Stephanie Vaquer, and Gunther all arriving at the building earlier today. They let us know that Javon Evans lasted the longest in the men's Rumble at 40 minutes, 58 seconds, basically. And that leads to Javon Evans going one-on-one with El Grande Americano in our opening matchup. Evans' shoulder and ribs were taped up after his recent injury. He was off to a good start, though, until he missed a stinger splash and El Grande took over. There was a modest "We Want Gable" chant. Evans came right back and hits a leaping, crazy dive to the outside, almost flying over El Grande. Evans was distracted by Ryu, so that gave El Grande the opening, and he nailed a drop kick on the apron and then lawn darted Evans into the ring post. El Grande had control through the commercial break, and it was rather dull. And it was so quiet in the building during this matchup. I literally heard them talking to each other, JJ. I heard El Grande speaking perfect English. I was like, it's glad to see that he learned, he took English lessons from John Cena before he retired. Evans fought back with chops and forearms and kicks. He has a satellite DDT. Evans then fought out of a submission hold, and with El Grande lying on the outside, he basically, on the other side of the ring, Evans went to the top rope and hits a coast-to-coast senton leg drop all the way on the other side of the ring. It was a long way to go. He didn't quite nail it, but he still got to the cover and gets a 2 count. He goes to the top rope once again, but the referee is distracted by Ryu while Bravo tripped Evans off the top rope. Ryu handed El Grande the metal piece, the metal plate from his for his mask, and he was about to use it when the music of the original El Grande Americano hits, and out comes Chad Gable entering to his music. He poses in the aisleway, which distracts the other El Grande. The distraction allowed the referee to take the metal plate away from El Grande. Then Evans hits a running knee strike. He then waits for El Grande to get up, and he hits him with the OG cutter. 1, 2, 3. Javon Evans picks up the victory here. This match went 12.5 minutes. El Grande and the rest of the Americanos were none too pleased after being distracted once again, and the original El Grande getting the better of the new El Grande Americano for the second time in a row after his recent return in the Royal Rumble. This was a fine matchup. It was okay. It was very slower pace than I think that you should be doing with Javon. I think the thing that makes Javon fun to watch is he's got a fast-paced style. He's high-flying. He's energetic, and this didn't have any energy at all. And the crowd was just not into this too much at all either. And there was a lot of kind of miscommunication, a lot of spots that didn't exactly go how they wanted. So I was disappointed by that. And I'm also disappointed by the overall push for Javon Evans. The fact that this is an improvement on his recent booking, because at least most of this matchup didn't happen during the ad break. But the way they've introduced Javon Evans as just another kind of characterless, flippy guy, I don't think it's doing him any favors. And I don't think this match did him any favors, because there was five people involved in this one, and he was the 5th most important person. He was basically founder for a comedy story between the original and the new El Grande Americano.
I mean,
What did you think, JJ?
If anybody is surprised, that's on you. I mean, I will say it every single week until people actually register it. They signed the man during a commercial break. During a commercial break. His promos are during ad breaks. There is very little faith in doing anything important with him for the near and relatively distant future. He will be a guy having filler matches, and he might be in contention for like an Intercontinental Championship at some point. He might be a contender in a ladder match. If he's in a ladder match, he's going to steal the show. But have very mid to low expectations for anything they're going to do with Javon Evans for the foreseeable future. The match was the match. Like, it's what he does. But if you're expecting more, you're going to be disappointed every week.
You're probably right. Got a bunch of people watching, about 45 people watching right now. Remember to drop the thumbs up on the video. That helps us out a lot. You can also sound off in the live chat. We love to get you guys involved in the conversation. And I did see in the chat, thank you, Jose, who let me know that we got some breaking news because it's NBA trade deadline week. And Sham Shawani, about 30 minutes ago, he posted up that the Memphis Grizzlies are trading star forward Jaren Jackson Jr., John Concher, Jock Landell, and Vince Williams Jr. to the Utah Jazz for Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, and George Niang, and 3 future first-round picks. So it's going to be Triple J on the Utah Jazz. This is just the Memphis Grizzlies basically closing up shop. Basically, they're getting rid of Triple J before they get rid of John Morant. They basically are giving up on this season.
Who cares?
Hey, it's probably the biggest name we're gonna get until the James Harden trade happens. So yes. Might as well talk about it.
So got it. Good role player got traded to a bad team for a bunch of role players, and now they're both going to be trash. Cool. Got it.
Basically. We got a bunch of people reacting to the Javon Evans and El Grande Americano matchup. We got I'm Heel, who says El Grande Americano gimmick doesn't work here in the States. It should be a AAA exclusive, but we are getting this at Mania. Yeah, it's so obvious they're setting up for a freaking El Grande Americano versus El Grande Americano match at Mania.
This card is getting thrown together, guys. This is going to be a bad WrestleMania card. Just understand that now. This card is not going to be very good. Because it's going to be 14. Probably what? 12 to 14.
15 matches.
And they're going to have 7, I would say anywhere from 8 to 9 matches that you're going to have very little fucks to give about. Because the stories are going to be ass to most of them.
And that's how it was last year at WrestleMania 41.
Just don't say I didn't tell you ahead of time. So don't get your expectations high at all. Just know that they're going to heavily focus more than likely on the 2 main events and 1 of the women's matches. Because always the other women's match gets very little attention. So they'll be paying attention heavy to 3 matches. And whatever the multi-person match is probably going to be the other good one. Whether it's a men's or a women's multi-person match.
We got Short King the Goat, who says, is Giannis getting traded, y'all think? I don't think he's getting traded before Thursday.
I don't think so, because I think what Milwaukee's probably going to want is probably going to be too much of a king's ransom. And I don't know how many franchises is going to be willing to a degree, like destroy the team's chemistry to get him there. But honestly, that's what Giannis should cost.
Yeah.
It's what he should cost. So it's not like they're asking for something unfair. They're asking for the value of the Greek Freak, and the Greek Freak's value is astronomically high.
I can see one of two teams. If he does get traded this week, one of two teams I think is going to do it. It's either the Golden State Warriors or the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Either one would be really scary.
Yes.
But I would high key be kind of terrified if that man gets traded to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yo, Anthony Edwards and Giannis Antetokounmpo would be such a beastly duo that would fuck over my team, JJ's team. The entire Western Conference would be turned upside down if Giannis goes to the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah. But it would create some heavy intrigue. It would create a lot of eyeballs, because people would. That's a duo that you would only dream to see. Now the fact that it's a chance to be reality.
Yeah. Text saying Giannis should either go to Golden State Warriors or New York Knicks. I didn't think of Timberwolves, but it's looking scary on paper. He's not going to the Knicks because the Knicks are happy with what they got. So you can get that Knicks idea out of your head.
The Knicks ain't going to demolish their team for him either.
Yeah. They would have to demolish their team, and they wouldn't even win a championship, and it's not a guarantee they win the Eastern Conference even with Giannis. So it's not a good idea for the Knicks, because
you're losing people in the likes of Cat, OG, Josh Hart, multiple draft picks, and you're getting one guy in return. Like
exactly
that they've spent all season building the team's depth. And then they would just completely obliterate it again. They're not going to do it. I don't see it happening at all for the Knicks. And they don't need.
They already said no to in like public as well. They sent statements saying that they're happy with what their team got. So at this point in the show, Michael Cole announces that the attendance for tonight's show was 13,746. We get another Royal Rumble video package, this time highlighting all the new stars that appeared in the Royal Rumble. So we get some love for Royce Keys. We get some love for Javon Evans, lasting 41 minutes, the Iron Man in the men's Royal Rumble. We get some love for JC Jane, Kalani Jordan, Lola Vice. We get some love for Oba Femi right at the end. He gets the big highlight, talking about his 5 eliminations and lasting very long in the men's Royal Rumble matchup, 39 minutes in the men's Royal Rumble. Trick Williams gets a highlight as well, Javon Evans, as well as Lash Legend, who had the most eliminations in the women's Royal Rumble. So good stuff with highlighting the newer stars, but I'm just going to tell you, WWE, because you had a lot in this video package of Triple H saying, it's a brand new era. All these new stars, it's a new era. How many times has this nigga told us it's a new era and we never see any new stuff? You introduce all these new stars, but you don't do enough to integrate them with main event with over talent. So if you're just having them come in and they're beating the kind of non-stars, it doesn't make a difference. The reason why the call-ups of Lash Legend and Trick Williams has worked is because Lash Legend is with Nia Jax and she's feuding with the likes of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. She was in the women's War Games. That one has worked, and that's why she's been fully integrated into the main roster and had probably the MVP performance in the women's Royal Rumble. The reason why Trick Williams has worked is because he's been feuding and interacting with the likes of Sami Zayn, Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes. You need to do more of that for everybody else you just put in this video package, and maybe they can get over to a certain point more than they have already. It's just not gonna happen. I know. We get up next. Jimmy and Jay Uso.
I love your optimism. I swear to God, I love your optimism.
It's not optimism. I'm literally just telling them what to do. We got the Usos who enter during an ad break at that. That was hilarious. Jimmy Uso's been gone for a month, and the company just lets him come out here and make his return during the commercial break. They issued a warning shot to the Alpha Academy, saying that they would face them and defend their tag team titles next week on Monday Night Raw. They also shouted out Roman Reigns for winning the Men's Raw Rumble match and told him to get back his title. And then, of course, Jay finished things off with yeet. That was it. Anyway, Michael Cole then congratulated Bad Bunny and Jelly Roll on their success at the Grammy Awards. So that was something as well. I'm still waiting for the segment that you're like, there's only like 2 good things on this show. We're about to talk about one of them. So yeah, not much to say there.
I mean, this is our life, y'all. I'm just used to this bullshit by now.
Then the music of AJ Styles hits.
Oh, let's go! JJ. He's back.
He's back. No, you don't want none. No, you don't want none. The crowd cheered like idiots, and Gunther excitedly walks out, and he does the AJ Styles entrance and pose. The crowd booed him uproariously as Gunther comes out to then his music is switched over to. He's basically laughing because he has completely trolled this Philadelphia crowd, and they booed him like nobody's business the rest of the way. You would have thought this was Roman Reigns in 2015. Gunther tries to speak, but he keeps getting booed down. He said that Styles found out what Goldberg and John Cena did. When you step in the ring with the career killer, your career and your legacy die. This brings out Dragon Lee to the ring, AJ Styles' former tag team partner, holding the World Tag Team Championships last year. Lee ran out and Gunther spoke, but then Lee kicks him in the face and attacks Gunther. He hits him with a beautiful tope suicida and takes him out on the floor. Then he sends him into the ring post with a Hurricane Rana. Lee was on fire as then he basically tried to hype out the crowd saying the fire. He runs after Gunther, who's in the timekeepers area, but that gave Gunther enough time to recover, and he uses the ring bell, pops up and nails him with the ring bell. He then basically drags Dragon Lee on the floor, and he applies the dreaded sleeper hold until officials quickly broke it up. Gunther went into the ring, and Dragon Lee tried to recover on the outside, but then he picks Dragon Lee up by his mask. Gunther applies the sleeper once again with himself in the ring and Lee at ringside. Gunther then basically dangles Lee over the side of the ring. Lee looks like a fucking dead body as he's hung up by Gunther. The officials desperately tried to pull Gunther away, including Sean Daivari, who grabbed Gunther by the hair, but he only let go after Lee was completely passed out, and then Gunther nonchalantly puts back on his coat, and finally he leaves. This was the only thing until the main event that was worth the damn. Good segment. Gunther is an awesome troll. I like Dragon Lee coming out to try to defend AJ Styles and make sense with their history as tag team partners. But this is exactly what should have happened. It should have been Gunther mauling Dragon Lee and just choking him out the way that he did. So I like this segment. This was good.
Told you there's a couple of good things on here. We saw a dead body on live television. That man Gunther did exactly what he should have did to that little motherfucker and disposed of his ass in a matter of minutes. You are not having me believe that motherfucker Dragon Lee is going to be able to do anything to the ring general. And that is exactly what took place. And everything that you would picture that would happen if these two got together is exactly what happened. You saw a dead man on TV last night. he sacrificed Dragon Lee for the greater good. It was great. Oh, it was great.
This is the, like I said, the best thing on the show until the main event segment.
Yeah, this was great. This was absolutely fantastic.
Put a smile on my face. Good stuff.
Yeah,
good
briefly, but you
know. We got in the chat. We got here. Yeah, Sajo, I agree. He says Triple H needs to stop saying it's a new era. It's always a new era, apparently. We also got Tech, who says Kiana James shined at the Rumble as well. Let's not overlook that. I definitely did overlook that because when did she shine? Because she did a Samoan drop to Nia Jax. Cool.
Look, man. What? Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Sure, I guess.
Absolutely.
We got I'm Heel. It says it's a new era. It just takes a very long time to book it correctly. It's always gonna be a new era if it takes some time to book it correctly.
So we've had 3 versions of Triple H's era, is what we're saying.
Yep.
Got it.
There's been multiple new eras in Triple H's era.
Got it. Okay. That's
Makes
how it
sense.
works now. Cool.
We got I'm Hill says the career killer is amazing. It's going to be Gunther versus Pikachu. If Pikachu loses, all Pokemon retire. We got Sanjo. It says the Gunther segment was really great. And Chuck Berry says, even when Dragon Lee got his offense, I knew he had no damn chance. Yeah, he fucked up by just coming out here.
Yeah, I'm trying to be some tough guy. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. You get dropped for that shit now. Stupid.
We get a replay of Reed and Logan trying to kill Knight weeks ago when Reed gave him a tsunami on the top of a car. Then we see backstage Paul Heyman approaches Adam Pearce and he asks him to make a match between Braun Breaker and LA Knight for tonight. Pearce tells him no. Pearce didn't appreciate how Knight interrupted his show, so he escorted him out of the building. He then tells Heyman to escort Breaker out of the building as well, and then tell Bronson Reed that he has a match against Penta later tonight. Heyman asks Pearce if he knew who he was talking to and in which city he was doing it. Fans started chanting ECW in the arena. Pearce told Heyman right in his face, FAFO. The same line that Heyman used on Pearce on Saturday, and Heyman chuckled before leaving.
None of it means anything, bro.
It doesn't mean a damn thing.
Like aura, energy, care. All of that was hollow. All of that was hollow. They don't understand how much more damage they've done to themselves with what they did on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Like I just don't care about the Vision storyline now. Like that's where I'm kind of at. I'm at a like I can't put myself through caring about the Vision storyline because I get pissed off thinking about it. Thinking about the heights of this angle and where it was and where it is today. It just pisses me off.
Yeah. Like, miss me with that bullshit. You're not going to catch me caring about this shit on a week in, week out basis, going through some fucking roller coaster caring about these two's emotions when y'all don't even care about their emotions.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm so good.
During the ad break, we hear from Maxine Dupree. Maxine told Brian Saxton that she is still shocked over what Natty did to her a couple of weeks ago and betraying her. And just like there was a new Natty, there was a new Maxine, she says. She beat the greatest women's wrestler of all time to become the Intercontinental Champion. But this Maxine was breaking ankles and taking names. She was sick and tired of being walked over. Natty didn't elevate her, she elevated herself. Natty taught her how to train, but Dupree taught herself how to survive. Dupree would give Natty a lesson next week that no one can decimate this Maxine. The reason why I said it in this type of delivery is because that was the same delivery that Maxine put on, where she tried to put on her bad girl voice, which just made it feel very performative.
I'm glad I didn't see that.
Yeah, I'm happy for you as well.
Thanks.
Come back from break, and Bron Breakker is pissed off at Paul Heyman telling him to leave, tossing stuff around backstage. Heyman tried to calm him down by telling him that Pierce had plenty of ammunition against him already. Breakker screamed at Heyman that he didn't care, and then he barged through the door and he left. So he still listened. Yeah, he's really an unchained badass. Yeah.
He asked him during that, what are we even doing? I was like, you're right, sir. What are we actually doing? You're so right. And then I stopped listening for the rest of the segment.
You want to talk about people who were not being booked properly on the show? Next up is the War Raiders, who come out to the ring, and we think they're going to have a matchup, but they were surprised at hearing the music of dump, da 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 dump, dump, boom, 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 boom. Oba Femi is here. Great presentation. Love the entrance. Yeah, the crowd gets it. The crowd are singing along with his music, giving the Oba chants. The announcers were surprised too, as they were expecting a tag team matchup. Oba has that look in his eye. He gets into the ring. He entered and he immediately destroys both War Raiders instantly. He hits Ivar with a big clothesline and then a choke slam. Then he goes head to head with Eric, and he gives him the fall from grace powerbomb. Femi then posed as the fans chanted his name, and he stood tall in the ring. Now, yeah, this is probably, I know most people are like, yeah, this was a cool segment. Oba looked like a beast and stuff like that. I am sorry. This is the same type of booking that they gave to Rusev when they introduced him in April of 2025. Yes, Oba Femi has way more charisma, way more aura than Rusev. But this didn't scream a guy that's going to be booked as a main event star on the main roster to me, personally. I would have liked for him to at least get some promo time after this. I think that's how you make this better. If you wanted to book this, I think you either need him to destroy even more guys, like you bring out the other tag team that was supposed to face the War Raiders and he destroys all of them. I think that looks better than him just destroying one single tag team. And then you let him cut a promo. Because what worked best when you introduced Brock Lesnar back in 2002 was not just Brock Lesnar wiping through 6 guys in the entire hardcore division. It was also the promo by Heyman that got him over. That's how you instantly got Brock Lesnar over. So you needed Oba to destroy more people and let him cut a promo, because he's actually really good on promos. So I don't understand why you didn't let him have a voice here. Or the better version of this, you have him interact with a main eventer. You have him interact with CM Punk. You have him interact with Roman Reigns. You have him interact with Gunther. That's better than this to me. What did you think?
You're asking for way too much. Like, you know what? You're getting annoying because you're starting to, you think with too much logic. Like,
I'm
we're
wrong
talking about
with logic.
We're talking about, dog, how long are you going to keep watching this fucking program and continue to think with logic?
I have to.
Dog,
I have to.
where were the War Raiders this whole time?
The War Raiders have been gone for 2 months.
Like, so, yo, y'all coming to work today? Oh, what we doing, boss? Oh, you're just gonna go get your asses whooped by Oba Femi.
You're just gonna get your ass whooped by Oba Femi, and
please
that's all you
go anywhere that is not the WWE. Like you gotta bounce, cuz y'all gotta bounce, bro.
I didn't
get fucked up.
I saw so many people online saying that the War Raiders better save their money because they look like they about to be on this unemployment.
You think if they get let go, they're not gonna get a job literally like the next day?
Oh, I think they definitely will, but just not give me a lot of faith in their future in WWE. That's for sure.
Oh, I've been had no faith in them once they hit the main roster. Once they hit the main roster, that faith was gone. Because they didn't even know what to call them. The Viking Raiders,
the Viking experience.
The Viking experience. Yeah, like they had no idea what to call them for like the better part of a year.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah. Just leave. Just so you can go back to War Machine.
True.
Like just leave. Just leave. Please. For all of us. Because they're actually really good. And they got treated like $2 hoes. Sure, right. Cool. Logic, though. Got it. Welcome to Raw. This shit is bad, y'all. Like it's just bad. It's bad. We talked about one good thing on this show so far. One.
One good thing. We're like an hour and a half into the show.
Talked about one good thing on this show so far. But we keep talking about logical shit.
And yes, Tech, I watch Raw live in the UK, so it allows me to see what's going on during the ad breaks. If I watched it on demand, yeah, they cut out all the ad break stuff, which don't amount to much anymore. It used to be fun to watch the ad break stuff. Now it's not.
Now I just know if you go to the shows live, you'll be hearing those ad breaks. Yeah. They're giving you your money's worth.
We got Mr. Towns is like, can we get War Machine back in ROH? We got our boy True Draw Josh who says War Raiders got treated like $25 rate local talent.
Yeah, I mean, they got treated like extras. They literally got treated like extras. Multiple time tag team champions just got treated like a couple of fucking extras.
Page LT bringing up a good point. They're getting moved to AAA. They're debuting in AAA in like 2 weeks.
Just leave the WWE. I don't know what the fuck Omos is still doing.
He's in AAA. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah, he's in AAA.
And Vikingo's heavy. Yeah, that's going so well.
Mr. Town says, is Triple H booking the Wyatt 6 right? Nope. He says, and I do not watch WWE. I only see some clips and listen to podcasts. Well, we appreciate you for listening to us. I wasn't happy about last night's show until the main event segment. Main event segment was great. Chuck Berry says, for the first couple of months, Oba will be the jobber killer, and last night the War Raiders were those jobbers. That's so unfortunate.
I mean, we don't need him to kill jobbers for 2 months. We know who the fuck he is. Everywhere he's been very well received. It's like these motherfuckers forgot that he had a no contest finish match with Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
Like that shit just never happened. So we need to reintroduce him. Good job. Logic. They don't have it.
Nope. Nope. No type of sense. We got Sure King the Goat, who says people still saying Montez is the mask guy again. LOL. If Braun's booking has been fumbled so far, what makes them think Tez was to be any better? LOL.
So one, see now y'all starting to fall into that WWE hole. First of all, the guy that attacked him was white. He had a blonde beard and he was white. Like, yo, WWE is fucking some people's brains all the way
up. People's brains have become mush.
And it's not your fault.
No, it's not. It's really not your fault.
I promise
it's not your fault. We are putting 100% of the blame on WWE. We get a video promo up next with Finn Balor. Balor says that this was a business based on respect. He always gave respect in the indies and on the main roster. But he was realizing that the respect was not returned to him. He was taken for granted over and over again. What happened in Belfast was not a one-off. He's been showing up and showing off his entire career. But Pierce still tried to tell him that the Royal Rumble was full. It turns out respect only gets you so far. He wanted the World Heavyweight Championship, and he didn't think of himself as a bad guy, but he warned CM Punk that now he was willing to do bad things. Haven't you been a bad guy for like the better part of like 4 years now?
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it at all. You got no coins, mate. I'm not buying it. Take that bullshit back to Ireland.
Hey, he's probably going to face Punk at Elimination Chamber now.
Hey, yo, none of that shit makes any sense. None of it makes any sense. Anyone outside of Roman Reigns is not beating CM Punk. And I think everyone in their right mind knows that.
Yeah.
So whoever is put there, like, yo, put Punk in a tag match or something. We don't need to see a championship title defense between this and WrestleMania. Like, we don't need it.
You want them to do like No Way Out 2007, where they do Roman and Punk teaming up together at Elimination Chamber?
I mean, Roman ain't teaming with CM Punk.
They could do Roman and Punk versus Finn and Dom.
So they're really setting this man up to get pinned again.
I mean, his name is Finn Balor.
Yo, when he did that whole vignette, I just laughed because I was like, I don't believe a word you said. The lie detector's like, no, it's going all over the place.
They determined that was a lie.
I said, no, you're not telling the truth, sir. You're lying again. Any more lying, your fucking nose is gonna point out like Pinocchio. Like, what are we doing? What is this show materializing into?
Hey, you want it to get worse? Because it can get worse. The Bella twins are here. The crowd are chanting something. You get the woman in the crowd who's crying tears of joy seeing Brie Bella back in WWE. You get Brie and Nikki. They get into the ring, and Nikki asks if that was for the Eagles not making it to the Super Bowl. I was like, aren't y'all baby faces now? That gets some boos from the crowd. Then Bree said that they were probably saying Coop. And Nikki bragged that she had good taste and he was a Pro Bowler after all. Oh yeah, I remembered after I researched it that she's going out with Eagles player Cooper DeJohn. Nikki says that the Bella Twins haven't appeared on Monday Night Raw together in over 7 years. Nikki shared everyone's excitement that Bree Mode was back, and there was a light yes chance for her as she did the motion as well. Bree was happy to be back home, and she joked that she didn't return because Nikki was getting her butt kicked every week, which I guess was her healing up on Nikki. She returned because they were the original tag team. She didn't specify original women's tag team. I guess they created tag team wrestling. The division was now better than ever, and they wanted in. It was time for the Bella Twins to go for the tag team titles. Holy shit. That was it. This whole segment lasted about 5 minutes, including the entrance. This could have been an email. This was a bad segment. This was not a good promo. Neither one of them sound natural. And I am a huge Bella Twins fan. I am an honorary member of the Bella Army because I'm a total diva stan. But Jesus Christ, I was reminded of why people don't like the Bellas with this segment. What did you think?
So this is more confusion. More confusion. What are these chicks are trying to be, faces or heels?
I don't know. They were so bipolar in this segment.
Like what the? What's happening, yo? Like, yo, it's literally like a bunch of friends and just like they've all gotten together for this one night in Philadelphia and just said, it's your turn to go out there and do something stupid. Oh, it's your turn to go out there and do something stupid. Oh, it's our turn to go out there and do something stupid. Like, this shit has no synergy. This shit is so all over the place. It's like, I got nothing for you because what just happened?
This is a part of a 40-minute block of the show that had no wrestling on a wrestling show.
So they have their own separate entrance musics.
Yep.
But then they come out to a Bella Twins Tron.
Yep. You can look, but you can't touch. You keep dreaming, but the stars above. Boom. 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 Something in my eyes, I just know why.
You know what's great that we're doing all of this now because over for True Hill Heat, y'all would literally only have to talk about this show for a matter of like 45 seconds.
Exactly. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't know if Christy's gonna be able to make it in time for us to talk about Monday Night Raw with her, but I wanted to really hear her rant about this episode.
Yo, now that shit is stuck in my head now for a little while.
Yo, I be laughing.
And they're such bad actors, too. That's what makes it just even funnier.
They don't sound natural.
The original
like human beings.
These chicks said the original tag team of who? Of Bang Bros? like what? I hate these people, bro. Oh my god! If somebody is gonna be like, "Yo, this shit was good," I'm justifying this shit. Bang Bros.
We got Deanna says Bella Twins and Big 26. This sucks, gang. Chrissy Love responding in the chat saying, I hate this episode. Those two bitches was the worst part of the show. Oh my god. No, he had the lady in the crowd was crying. She was crying like she was seeing Michael Jackson. Like he's alive.
They got me crying now.
I was crying like this last night. I was crying
Holy shit. Oh
my god.
You know what? They might be MVP candidates because of this.
Oh my god. Oh shit.
Oh, holy shit. I wasn't expecting that. Their theme songs is the best. This segment peaked on the theme songs. Oh my god. All right, we got to gain our composure. Yo, listen, we're trying to make the most out of a terrible show, bro.
I think
terrible, bro. Like this shit was so bad. Like to waste 2.5 hours of our lives to have 2 segments that was worth a damn.
2 segments on the show. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got the chat laughing too.
And the 2 segments wasn't wrestling.
No. It was not wrestling. None of the wrestling matches were worth the damn on this show. And we had a 40-minute block of no wrestling.
Yo, oh good lord. All right. Please.
We go backstage to the Alpha Academy. Otis and Akira Tozawa with Maxine Dupree and the actor Burt Crenshaw. Otis was in a good mood seeing Burt, and Dupree was all business. She said she planned on breaking Natty's ankle. Dupree left, and Otis and Brett, they got excited, and Burt, I called him Brett. Yeah, Brett, I don't know. He took off his shirt. He likes to take off his shirt a lot. That's how he's funny. Get it? He takes off his shirt because he's not in shape. Yeah, that hurt my that cut off my laughter real good. Thanks, guys. Anyway,
so we're back to normal now.
We finally get to a match.
Back in the gutter, guys. Thanks.
40 minutes later, we get to a matchup. It is Penta going one-on-one with Bronson Reed of the Vision. Because they went to a commercial break like 2 minutes into the matchup. Then when we come back from ahead of break, we saw Penta with a big dive to the outside, but it didn't matter because Reed got the heat moments later. Like the opening match, not much happened during the break. Penta came back and hits a springboard tornado DDT. He gets a near fall on that. Reed hits the Swerve Strickland power bomb into the power slam and gets a 2 count. Penta comes back and he hits a wicked looking backstabber, which looked like it hurt him more than Reed. This leads to, after he gets the 2 count, Theory gets on the apron, so Penta kicked him off. Penta also knocked Logan Paul off the apron and wiped out both guys with a dive to the outside. As he was trying to fend off the Vision, he accidentally knocked into the referee he knocked him out of the ring when he attacked Logan. Penta took too much time dealing with the Vision, which led to Reed hitting the Jagged Edge, and then he hits the Tsunami, but there's no referee to count the 3. Reed then goes to the outside after the behest of Paul Heyman. He grabs a steel chair, but LA Knight appears out of nowhere. He hits him with the big boot, and then he delivers the BFT onto the steel chair. This leads to Knight basically escaping through the crowd as he's chased off by the Vision. You want to show the people you're making something? What are you making?
Cheese puffs.
Cheese puffs. Why do you have it in? Why is it? What do you put the cheese puffs in?
I'm mixing it as kiwi pun.
Say hi, JJ.
Hi, JJ. I'm making cheese
That
puffs.
sounds high key terrifying.
It sounds, yes, it does not look good.
Sounds terrifying.
It's Coke? She put cheese puffs in Coke and she's mixing it up.
Saving the planet.
Who is going to eat that? Say hi to the people. Say hi, people.
Hi, people. I'm gonna make a yummy thing. A yucky thing.
It's yummy and yucky at the same time? All right. You got to go to bed now. It's about almost time for your bedtime.
Yay!
Try to throw that away, please. Anyway.
She is saving humanity by eliminating half of it.
The mic. I didn't have that. Then we go to yeah, so LA Knight takes out Bronson Reed with the BFT on the steel chair, and then basically Reed cannot make it back into the ring in time as Penta is in there. The referee comes to and he counts out Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed loses yet another matchup via count out. You remember when Bronson Reed beat Roman Reigns in Australia just a few months ago?
Yeah, now you're losing matches by count out. Love that.
Yep, the Penta. Yep.
Yeah, Roman Reigns.
Remember when Penta was really over when he first got here too? Great times.
Yep.
Great times.
Roman is never fighting that man again.
Roman, I feel like part of Roman's promo on the Pat McAfee show is directly to Triple H for fucking up Bronson Reed's push.
Like, the man had the gift of beating that generational athlete, took his shoes. So Roman put so much effort into making something out of this man, and they've done jack fucking shit with it. This man hasn't even fought for an Intercontinental Championship.
Nope.
Not even contended for one.
Nope.
He just has a shirt that they had to remove the shoes from. Yeah, I'd be mad if I'm Roman too, because Roman wasted like 2 to 3 months with that shit. And now he's watching the product of what he tried to put effort into, suffering count-out losses to a mid-carder.
In forgettable matches. We got Chuck Berry's with a great comment here. He says, how is a Harlem run-in as entertaining, well, actually more entertaining than most of this bland ass show? LOL.
Yeah, dog. I remember now the Coke and cheese puffs way more than I even remembered this fucking match, dog. Yo, when you put that shit on the screen, I was like, oh, I forgot this shit even happened. And mind you, we literally just watched this shit like 15 hours ago. Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Is this shit almost over yet?
Andrew, good point here. He says you should have gone to Braun Breaker at the hotel, flipping out that Knight came back to the arena. Sent down Braun Breaker for nothing. LA Knight just showed back up.
And Braun Breaker stayed away. He stayed out.
Yep.
Yo, I swear, it's literally is like 15 people writing the shit, and none of them presents any of their story to each other, and they just put it on live TV. Oh, take your stories, put it out. Take your shit, put it out there. None of it's gonna make sense, but just put your shit out there. We got a show, baby. God, yo.
Josh D from CT says, I still think Penta wins Money in the Bank this year, or at least I hope for it. Don't hold your breath.
Oh. Pay attention to them, bro. They're not doing that with them.
No. Dion says they need to give the Lucha Bros the tag titles. Stop fucking wasting time. We talked about that in the Raw Rumble review, and we're like, the way they booked both Lucha Bros in the Raw Rumble was a sad state for two guys that just got here less than a year ago.
I don't even remember if they shared the ring together in the Royal Rumble.
No, they didn't.
Wow.
Phoenix was in the ring for probably a minute.
Wow.
He came in, does the springboard, Brock catches him, Brock gives him a F5 and throws him over the top rope.
Got it. Cool. The same guy that got eliminated while an entrance music is happening. Cool.
Precisely.
Got it.
Good to see Big Man Dogs. We don't usually see him in the chat for our Raw reviews. Usually he's here for AE Ramble. Appreciate you, good sir. He says, I watched Raw for the first time in like 6 months, and there wasn't a single match over 3 stars and boring as fuck besides Big Rome and one Bill Phil. Bron segment was good. I disagree on the Bron segment, but I agree with all the matches on this show. I literally been watching matches since like Saturday. I'm putting together my matches of the week, and literally I watched the Royal Rumble, and I got at least one match that I put on my match of the week. I watched Collision, and I put like 2 or 3 matches on my match of the week. I watched the New Japan shows, and both of those shows had at least 1 to 2 to 3 matches on the second show that I was putting on the match of the week. I was like, man, this week is looking like another 20 matches I'm gonna have to mention for match of the week. And then I watched this show, and I didn't write down one of these matches for match of the week because none of these matches were worth the doubt.
The fact that we're about to have to choose a match of the night.
I didn't even think about that.
How, Sway?
Didn't even think about that.
I
didn't even think about that.
Gotta pick one of these shits.
I didn't even think about that. Damn, you're right. We hear from Los Americanos during the ad break. They were interviewed about the original Grande Americano with Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate doing awful accents, trying to sound Mexican. Please stop. Please stop this right now. Please end this. Do the mass versus mass match on an episode of Raw. Do not let us have to suffer through 2 more months of this, please. And thank you.
I mean, at least they confirmed what we was talking about when no one cared about it anyway. Mm-hmm. It's like they got this 9-foot fucking lanky Americano, and they want you to kind of somewhat believe that it was the Grande Americano. And then they bring the Grande Americano out, and I cared less.
I much would have cared a lot more if it was just Chad Gable.
I'm not even wasting energy thinking about that.
We get a video package for the main event matchup tonight of Stephanie Vaquer versus Raquel Rodriguez. And then we hear the music of Dominik Mysterio. The Intercontinental Champion is back for the first time in about a month since suffering an injury at the AAA event. His mustache is even thicker than before. The crowd chanted, "Dirty Dom, Dirty Dom, Dirty Dom." Dom says that the only reason he would ever come to a place like Philadelphia was to celebrate the winner of the 2026 Women's Royal Rumble match. And he introduces his Laleta, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan comes out to the ring to a good pop. She jumps into Dom's arms. The crowd chants, "You deserve it," not that loud. And she responds, "I know." Morgan says that they were all in the presence of the greatest Royal Rumble winner of all time. Morgan says that she wasn't sure who she wanted to face at WrestleMania yet, but she planned to attend SmackDown on Friday to assess her options. What she did know was that we were going to crown a new women's world champion tonight, and Morgan introduces her best friend, her sister, big sexy Raquel Rodriguez. Out comes Raquel. She gets into the ring. She hugs Liv. She hugs Dirty Dom. And then she gets on the mic and she says that Judgment Day celebrated Morgan's big win all weekend. But they never addressed something else that happened during the Royal Rumble. So Raquel asks Liv straight up, why did she eliminate her from the match? Morgan says that she knew Rodriguez wasn't a selfish person. Rodriguez had a title opportunity, and now she did too. A win is a win. One Judgment Day member's win is a win for all of them. Morgan says that to Raquel, and Raquel agrees. She says that she's gonna do the same tonight when she wins the Women's World Championship. But then Raquel agreed with the assessment, but then told Morgan to stay in the back. She says tonight you head to the back for her matchup. She says beating Vaquer on her own would make winning the world title that much sweeter. Morgan was on board with this and relieved. Rodriguez didn't seem upset with her anymore, but I knew when she said to head to the back that Liv was definitely going to get involved in this matchup. Any comments on the promo before we get to the main event match?
Waste of time. It's a waste of time. There's nothing there. Like, every year it's the greatest of all time. Every year it's the greatest thing of all. It's God, it's so fucking dry. And Liv, you ain't fighting Jade. We already know this. Jade is more than likely going to get locked up with Charlotte. You got one option, bro. You got one option.
Either Charlotte or if Bianca Belair comes back in time.
Yeah. You got one option. How the fuck does Roman Reigns know what he's doing before you do? And he at least had two options. He could have went either way if he wanted to. Yeah. You? And if you got in the ring with Jade Cargill, she'd fucking squash your ass. You ain't hitting no oblivion on Jade Cargill.
No. Jade is just gonna
not in a believable sense.
No.
I'm sorry. That championship match that involves her in it, I'm not high on it.
Hey, WWE wants to make her a centerpiece of this year's WrestleMania.
Oh, clearly, because all these people probably want to centerpiece her.
Jesus. We head to the Women's World Championship matchup, and it is a Philadelphia street fight. Oh my God. What the fuck, WWE? They gave Stephanie Vaquer one of the most generic sounding songs and theme music I think I've ever heard in life. This was the most immediate downgrade in theme music I think I've ever seen. What were they thinking?
Oh, they're not thinking. They're not thinking, dog. Yeah, I heard that shit for the first time and I just started laughing.
I immediately tagged you. I was like, Jesus Christ, they gave Stephanie Vaquer the biggest L possible.
Oh God, there's somebody back there that tried to hit that and she wasn't letting it happen. Cause the way they doing her this dirty, She said no to somebody, or she said no to everybody.
So
Like,
fucking
because this shit ain't even comprehensible. Like, this shit don't even make sense. Like, I mean, none of it ever makes sense. But this actually defies their logic.
Yeah. This was an all-timer L.
Just decided to do this in Philly on a random episode of Monday Night Raw after the Royal Rumble. And
Unbelievable.
For what reason?
Unbelievable. So yeah, this is a Philadelphia street fight. You got both ladies wearing street clothes for the matchup. Vaquer grabbed a table early on to the fans' delight, but wasn't able to use it as Raquel powerbombed her through the table moments later. During a break, Raquel wrapped a chain around Vaquer's previously injured ankle and dragged her around ringside, and then slammed her leg into the barricade and into the side of the ring. After the break, Rodriguez booted the steel steps into Vaquer's ankle. Vaquer avoided a steel chair shot and attacked Raquel with a kendo stick on the outside of the ring. We get Rodriguez attacked Vaquer with the core cover for the announce table before lawn darting her into the ring post. That was the second time we've seen that spot tonight. Vaquer then came back with the kendo stick shot and a back suplex. She set up for the devil's kiss, but Rodriguez was able to power her up to her feet with Vaquer still on her shoulders and dropped her onto the top rope. Vaquer then managed to respond with the thrust kick for a 2 count. Rodriguez then hit Vaquer on the head with a trash can and got a 2 count of her own as the fans started chanting for the Eagles. Rodriguez tossed a bunch of chairs into the ring as Corey Graves gave Terry Funk a shout out. Rodriguez caught Vaquer's crossbody attempt and hits a fallaway slam onto the steel chairs. Vaquer then avoided a corkscrew elbow drop as Rodriguez landed on the steel chairs, and then she hit Rodriguez with the devil's kiss on the steel chairs and then rolled to the outside and did it on the steel steps as well. The previously quiet crowd were chanting one more time, but she didn't do it. During the commercial break, Vaquer attacked with kendo sticks again and chucked a trash can at Rodriguez's face. Rodriguez fought back and wedged a chair between the turnbuckles, but it fell off. Then she also set up a table outside the ring. After the break, Rodriguez tried to use the steel steps as a weapon, but Vaquer was able to duck it and dropped her onto the steel steps. Vaquer then placed the trash can over Raquel's head and hits a running Meteora in the corner for 2. Rodriguez then booted the can into Vaquer's face and moments later got a 2 count. Rodriguez then took her time setting up a table while the referee checked on Vaquer, who was favoring her ankle. Rodriguez tried for the Tejada bomb through the table, but Vaquer slipped out. Rodriguez then hits a clothesline. 19 minutes into this matchup, Liv Morgan then shows up on the apron. She tries to hand the title belt to Rodriguez, urging her to use it as a weapon. Vaquer is able to use the distraction to chuck Rodriguez into the wedge chair and then knocked Liv off the apron. She tries for the corkscrew splash through a table in the ring, but Roxanne Perez tries to fight her off. She's able to avoid the interference and hits her with a headbutt and knocks her to the floor, where she goes through the outside table. Then inside, I was stressing at this point because I thought that Raquel was going to take advantage and get the win at this point. She looks like she's about to hit the Tejada bomb, but Vaquer is able to reverse it and hits a Hurricane Rana off the top through the table, but Rodriguez only barely bends the table, doesn't go through it flat. Rodriguez then blocked it. She then tried another move, but she was able to hit the Hurricane Rana. The move sent her through the table, but it didn't look good at all. Rodriguez then was down, and Vaquer follows up with the corkscrew splash for the 1-2-3 to retain the WWE Women's World Championship. This was going along fine until we hit like the 11-minute mark, and we still had 11 more minutes because this match went fucking 22 minutes. And some of y'all people wanted Raquel Rodriguez to win this title, and she has not had one good matchup one very good, memorable matchup with Stephanie Vaquer, despite facing her 1,000 times in the last 3 months. After some replays, Liv Morgan comes into the ring and she delivers the Oblivion to Stephanie Vaquer and stands tall. She poses with the title belt and then drops it onto Vaquer. Like I said, I thought this was fine for the most part, but it just went way too fucking long. What did you think? And about the music as well.
The music. That was very WWE 2K create a player. That's like No Mercy create a player theme songs. You know, you just grab a character, throw them on, and it wasn't a bad song, but it just doesn't fit her at all.
No.
Like, put that shit on someone else. You put that on Stephanie Vaquer. Like, her music was kind of like it was like you hear it so much, you was able to tolerate it enough. Because her music was, I never thought the music was the greatest to begin with, but it was tolerable and it started to fit the character a little bit. And they just give us some generic ass rock shit. Like this is some like this shit had no effort, no lyrics, of course, per usual.
Nope.
No nothing. And her theme and her entrance and what she's doing, the exact same. Like, do they pay attention to this? Like when they practice these entrances, like, let's see how this looks and see how this sounds. And there's a bunch of dickheads that's back there, that's out there with these rehearsals. And they're like, oh, that's it. Oh, that's it. Oh, that's badass. Knowing they're fucking lying through their teeth. Like, there's no way you're going to tell me and hear this bullshit from last night and then hear her old original music and be like, oh, this new shit better.
No. Her old song, it created a vibe for her. It fit her character so well. And then they just turn around and say, no, fuck that. We're going to change it.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's like they just keep finding new ways to fuck her up. Like, at least the first, I told you I was already mad that they changed the fucking entrance to begin with.
Yeah, you did.
They changed her, and they turned it into a spectacle. And then they stopped the fog, and then they just had her fucking squat down and then act like she's rising. She's fucking squatting, stupids. Like they're making it so lazy, and then they come down on the camera makes it look like she's rising up. And then we try to get used to that. And then they change the music. It's like they're trying to do everything in their power to fuck this woman up.
Extraordinarily active
like,
in trying to fuck this up.
Some real efforts.
Yeah.
I don't know, dog. They don't care. That's why I'm not fully convinced that she's actually going to be the champion for WrestleMania. I think she's going to lose it prior to.
I wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't at this point if they try to make her drop the title, because they're just actively trying to ruin her. So the last step is taking the title off of her.
Yeah. I don't see that title staying on her for WrestleMania. Not with that shit. Like, that's a championship. That's a champion's entrance for WrestleMania. When you over here got This Is My Brutality, and then you got that shit. Nah, dog. We ain't safe. Come on. Hey, what the fuck? And yeah, and people get it yet? But you see how I tried to not be mad at her and tried not to hate this chick. This girl is you know what, Josh, my man, True Draw. This one, spot on, my man. This chick is a bum. This chick is a bum. Like, yo, how do you have the table set so perfectly for you, but you do the gentlest flip in the fucking table just
to be fair, I felt like the table was too close to the ropes for her to land through it smoothly.
Sure. That's what you're gonna do. Yeah, that's what you're gonna do. Over here, try to
Give her credit.
Yeah. You over here trying to defend bums. I get it.
Not defending the bum.
I get it. The match wasn't good.
No.
The match wasn't good. The match was slow as shit. Stephanie Vaquer had to turn her fucking speed from like she's normally like a 7 or 8. She had to go down to like a 3 to stay with this bum. Everything is just methodical and just dragged. That's why the fucking match went 22 fucking minutes.
22 minutes. Who thought that was a good idea?
This whole match was in slow motion. The best thing about the match was when Stephanie took out a fucking kendo stick and she actually went back to speed 6. And then it went back down to speed 3, trying to keep it. Trying to keep up with this chick. Like, why the fuck is she still having matches of this magnitude? She's a bum. She's a bum.
Next week on Monday Night Raw, we get Maxine Dupree versus Natty. We get the Usos versus Alpha Academy for the World Tag Team titles.
Yo,
and we get...
Oh, God, this is already about to be a bad episode. Holy shit.
We get our first Elimination Chamber qualifying matches as well.
Oh, this is February. Oh, I might call out this week. I think you might need to summon Romeo for next week's episode. What the fuck? Natty and Maxine? The Usos versus fucking Otis and Tozawa, and then 2 trash-ass qualifying matches? We
don't even know what the qualifying matches are.
Nah, I'm calling out next week, dog. You getting Romeo for this shit. Nah, fuck out of here. I'm already suffering through this fucking episode. Romeo, I'm spent there. The February card, this is coming next week.
Hey, we know that we have one last thing to talk about, and it was the best part of the show. As Roman Reigns shows up in his Range Rover with his driver bringing him in, he immediately made his way down to the ring. Reigns gets into the ring and he gets on the mic and he gets a big ovation from the crowd. He says that he's had highs and lows in Philadelphia. He won his first championship here on his daughter's birthday, but he also lost his last championship here in this city. He won his first Royal Rumble here many years ago. And he acknowledges that the fans didn't sound like that.
It didn't sound like that.
He said he won his second Rumble on Saturday. And what was it? The next city on the schedule was Philadelphia once again. This was the perfect city to be in because he had a decision to make. He was about to pose the question which title he should go for, but before he could even ask, the crowd stopped him and started chanting CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. Reigns said, "So you don't want me to go after Drew McIntyre?" Reigns asked if they preferred CM Punk instead, and they immediately started cheering. Then out came the World Heavyweight Champion, CM Punk. Punk entered the ring. The crowd started chanting for Punk, and the two men stared each other down. Punk looked into the camera and basically bypassed Roman and to address Finn Balor. He says that Balor wasn't sure if he was a bad guy, but Punk warned him that when he was pushed, he was the baddest guy around, and he would get his hands.
Same look.
And he would get his hands on Balor soon enough. Reigns was perplexed by this and asked Punk, he was like, "You really interrupted me to talk about Finn Balor?" Punk says that he wasn't interrupting anything. Reigns was a visitor on his show. He says, "I'm the champ, CM Punk, and I called the shots around here." I almost laughed. I was drinking something, I almost spit it out. Punk said that Reigns had a big decision to make. Punk saw that Reigns was asking the fans for their help, and he mentioned Drew McIntyre, and the fans immediately booed. Punk said he loved hearing Drew McIntyre get booed, so he asked again, "You want to see Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania?" And the fans booed yet again. Punk then proposed, "How about you want to see Roman Reigns versus the best in the world, CM Punk?" And they cheered uproariously. Punk told Reigns to take the easy way out, though. He says he knows he wants to. He tells him to pick Drew McIntyre. Reigns scoffed at the idea that Drew McIntyre was the easy way out. He says, "Are you serious, Phil?" He says that Drew is about 5 times bigger than you are. And the last time that they fought, Drew had Punk crying over a little plastic bracelet or something. And Punk shows the bracelet. He's like, "The one you're wearing right now." Punk told Reigns to be careful. The last time he wrestled McIntyre, they ran out of staples, putting his dumb ass back together. Punk knew that Reigns had beaten McIntyre in the past, but Punk beat him in the most dangerous match this company had to offer, Hell in a Cell. Roman laughed at this, and he says that, "Man, who you think you talking to?" He was like, he beat Drew for 3 years straight. Punk said that he did that along with how many of his cousins? Reigns warned him against talking about his family. He says that it was his family were the only reason this company was where it was today. And it's the only reason that Punk had a company to come back to.
Facts.
Punk said that Reigns manipulated his family and a great number of people into thinking that he was this all great messiah who put the company on his shoulders and held it high. But all he really did was hold it hostage. Punk heard what Reigns had to say on the Pat McAfee show. He laughed at the idea that Reigns' quarterly vacations were to give others an opportunity. And he had the audacity to say nobody stepped up during that time. Punk reminded Reigns that he once was world champion for 434 days with Paul Heyman by his side. That must sound familiar because Reigns followed in his footsteps, and he was champion with Paul Heyman by his side for what was it, 1,300 plus days? Punk says that he may have done it longer, but that doesn't mean he did it better. He did, though. Anyway, that was my input.
Definitely did.
Punk said that Reigns earned the right to call his shots and show up when he wanted. Punk wasn't mad about it. Reigns chose to be a part-timer. Just like Punk chose to go to 10 countries in 3 weeks. He chose to see the fans worldwide. He chose to go to Poland, Scotland, Denmark, Belgium, London, Toronto, and he chose to be here tonight and say, "Doesn't it feel great to be alive in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on a Monday night?"
Yeah, sure. Tribal Chief's been to all of those countries already.
Punk chose to be a fighting champion, just like he chose to bring Reigns into the company along with the rest of the Shield. Reigns followed in his footsteps, and he learned from the best. Punk said that Reigns had a decision to make, and Reigns could face the guy he thinks he can beat in Drew McIntyre, or the guy who on Reigns' best day he couldn't touch. He could face Drew McIntyre, or he can climb Mount Everest with no Sherpa and face the best in the world. Reigns responded.
Get his ass, Roman. That's this wicked. Yeah. You said your
Reigns responded and said Punk made all those towns because he took a 10-year vacation and wanted to get in as much as possible. Reigns laughed at the idea of that. He was like, yeah, I'd be wanting to make all those towns too if I took a 10-year vacation.
Facts.
He also laughed at the idea that he learned from CM Punk. He said, the only thing I learned from you is what not to do. Punk wouldn't be here without Roman. When they re-signed CM Punk, what was it, 2 years ago? Who do you think they asked first before they let him back in? They asked me. And he made a promise to Paul, and he did the best he could. But he would never forget 10 years ago when Punk went on his little friend's podcast and made Reigns' life way harder than it should have been.
Mm-hmm.
Punk came back, and what did he do? What did he do? He took his wise man. He brainwashed his cousins. Hell, he almost brainwashed him too. What did I do? I shook your hand like a man at War Games. And what did you do in response? You mock me behind my back? You talking about Z-Bros or some stupid shit like that? Reigns made his choice. He could pick Punk because he was the biggest star available. He could pick Punk because he was on the best show on Netflix. But no. Reigns was picking CM Punk. I'm picking you because I hate you.
Oh,
I've always hated you. And WrestleMania is going to be the best day of my life. Because in the main event, you will acknowledge me. Reigns drops the mic. He walks away from Punk. Punk smirks. And my God, did they hit a fucking home run on this one. This was a money promo and by far the best promo segment WWE has produced in a fucking year. And my God, did Roman Reigns mark CM Punk on the mic in the year of our Lord 2026. Like, yo, Punk's whole retort and everything he said towards Roman held no fucking weight. For him to bring up Roman being a part-timer when you took a 10-year vacation, it was just stupid, and I was so glad Roman had that response because that was the response I was yelling at the TV. I'm like, how dare you? How the fuck dare you bring up some people taking vacations, nigga? You were gone. And like this put over their history together. This put over their individual legacies in the company. And most of all, they did the one thing that makes any wrestling match worth watching. They put over real life hatred towards one another. When Roman said, I hate you to Punk, it holds so much more weight than Seth Rollins saying it to Punk. Seth Rollins never had any, Punk never did anything directly to CM Punk. Seth tried to put it over and say, oh, Punk never returned my phone calls. You didn't even return a text. You just badmouthed the company that I work for. He was basically just like a Fed soldier, like, you hurt the place that I work. And CM Punk personally hurt Roman Reigns' trajectory in the company with the make Roman look strong comments. That made Roman's trajectory up the ladder so much more tougher, and they got it all over in this one promo. This one promo sold WrestleMania. It sold this matchup. It sold the World Heavyweight Championship being the number one title. It sold Monday Night Raw being the number one show, and it completely buried Drew McIntyre, the WWE Championship, Cody Rhodes, SmackDown. Oh my God. This is a promo that we're going to be talking about at the end of the year as one of the best of the entire year. What did you think?
I don't think I know it's only February 3rd. I don't think I'm gonna get pumped from a promo like that for the rest of the year. That shit, what Roman did in one night, it's what Seth Rollins has been trying to do for 2 years. He tried to get over this animosity, this hate. He tried to get that over with people for 2 years, and he got some of it. There's
Oh, am I frozen or is JJ frozen?
there's some okay. I'm back.
Okay, you're back.
There's some TV friction there that Seth he got some of it to work. But when Roman said that shit, and it's when you do things with the type of delivery that Roman had, you felt that is something that he's been dying to get off his chest for years. And then the fact that CM Punk gave him this fuel and this ammunition of trying to spin the block and do and say what everybody else has said to Roman Reigns, and the almost like the "are you fucking kidding me" reaction. And now let me tell you why I'm coming for you, motherfucker. Let me tell you what you did to me, bitch. And that's what it felt like that Roman was getting out of his system. Like, you almost fucking ruined my career and you weren't even here. You almost ruined my life and you weren't even in my fucking company. Like that shit was true. Like, because then once people, because obviously this was at like the height of CM Punk's like popularity, and people immediately started viewing Roman Reigns very differently, because prior to that, people loved Roman Reigns. People loved the big dog. People wanted him to win the Royal Rumble when he was the runner-up. Like, when Shinsuke Nakamura eliminated him, there was a lot of people that wanted Roman to win.
Like you have to realize, we have Dion who says, I really like Reigns bringing up the podcast, but that's facts. That podcast was right around the time of the 2015 Rumble. It wasn't. It was months before that. It's in November of 2014. This literally is the point where right after the Shield breakup, Roman is still very popular in the company. But he takes a break because he has to deal with some type of like medical issue in September, and he's off for like 2 months. And in between those 2 months, that podcast comes out, and then he comes back at TLC 2014 and he gets booed. Instantly, it was Punk just badmouthed you and said, oh, the company really wanted me to make him look strong. Like, I get it. I get the fucking job. And they want me to make him look strong. And instantly, when Roman came back, he was getting booed. And then it sets up 2015 in January of the Rumble, where he gets booed out the building in Philadelphia. And he never was the same. It took 5 years for him to get to the level where he's at today.
And then him bringing up when they fucking finally when they teamed up and he agreed and he shook his hand like a man, like, yeah, I gotta kind of go and see what the fuck he's talking about. And all facts. As they're walking to the back, this dickhead decides to just throw his World Heavyweight Championship up all behind his back, being a goofball. Mind you, this is after they lost. So this is after they lost, and CM Punk is over here still trying to be a clown. Roman never rolled like that. Roman never did shit behind your back like a fucking child. He's cut from a different cloth, where he's not about the games and the goofy shit and all of that. And then you over here holding this world heavyweight championship and you being the fucking biggest immature 49-year-old, 48-year-old I've ever seen. You're a fucking child and you're trying to treat me like a fucking youngin'. Like apples to like this, like what the fuck are we doing here? And that's why I fucking hate you. And like you're trying to be everything that I've already become with this goofy persona, with this goofy fucking attitude and this pandering and ass kissing to the crowd. All of this shit is shit that he never had to do, cuz he never had to do it. He demanded his respect. He demanded acknowledgement. He dominated through actions. While you are out here fucking sucking every city's cock that you can fucking imagine, pandering to every fucking town to make sure they cheer for you. They chant your name. And yes, it's worked. But don't try to tell me you better than me. Fuck out of here. Like you got to do all this extra shit. I just got to show up. Like all of that shit that is built into how he then turned it and said how he hates that man. I don't care. I don't even. Don't ever show me an Unreal about this. Don't ever show me an Unreal about this. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see them go to the back and they say, "Oh, that was great." I don't want to. No, that shit you just need to leave in people's minds.
All I want to see in Unreal is Roman walk to the back, look at Paul, and say, "My work here is done. I'll see you in March," and then walk right back to his Range Rover and leave.
Yo, it was so good that CM Punk had no choice but to sit there and fucking smile. Because in that moment, he knew that he just got fucking flamed.
He did. Yo, did you see the replay of his face when he hears him bring up the Coca Cabana podcast? When he says your little friend's podcast, Punk cringes. Punk cringes like he wants to cry. Oh my God.
I didn't even see that. I was paying attention to Roman too much. I gotta watch that again.
You gotta watch it back. I put the clip in the True Hill Heat chat, and yeah, you could see it on his face. He fucking bites. It's like he's biting his tongue. Like,
but I will say, this is what makes CM Punk great. Is because it brought that out of Roman Reigns. And best believe CM Punk is going to have a response for his ass.
Oh, yeah. Punk's going to have to do all the promo work for like the next month.
He's going to have a fully loaded machine gun and he's about to empty a lot of clips. CM Punk is built for this.
But I don't see what Punk can say when it's one-on-one, when it's both of them going at it with one each other. Like Roman's bars are going to be much tougher to overcome than anything that Punk has to say about him.
It's true because I mean, obviously I think so, but at the same time, CM Punk, we've heard the retorts before. Like everything that we're gonna hear from Roman with the fucking vitriol and the fucking anger and the delivery that he's gonna do, this is all coming out of Roman Reigns' mouth for the first time. So it's gonna feel fresh. It's gonna feel like, oh shit. So it's like now Roman can't replay what he just said because then he would dilute what he said. Yeah. CM Punk, he's a man with an arsenal. Like CM Punk, this is it. This is right up his alley. This is right up his alley, the talking and the back and forth like that. He's not a stupid man. He's going to find shit to say, and he's going. Well, how entertaining it's going to be? Is it going to be as good as this? Probably not. But CM Punk is going to have some good shit to say.
This was excellent work by both guys. This sold WrestleMania. This saved the show from just being a complete waste of time. Like honestly, this show was a thumbs down 100% about 2 hours and 10 minutes into the show, and then the final 20 minutes saved this from me going thumbs down today. Spoiler alert for when we do our ratings.
Yeah, it's This is that type of show. This is that type of promo that literally gives show points. It gives the show points. And God, this show needed it because this show
Badly.
was horrible.
It was horrible until this final segment.
And it's like literally they're fucking down. This is it's like scores 4-1. Bases are loaded. Bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. They're about to lose. Game's about to be over. This man hits a fucking grand slam.
Yeah. Yeah. True story. We got Tech who asks, so you guys have Roman winning at Mania or what? Or is it too early to predict the outcome? I think 100% Roman Reigns is winning right now.
I mean, I you know what? I like talking about it, but I do want to enjoy the ride there because, guys, when has it been? When is the last time that we truly got a 2.5 month build to a match? I'll wait.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
This is very different. And that's why I think that there's going to be so many bad storylines because the centerpiece of it all is going to be this match, whatever the other championship match, and one other thing is going to be important.
Probably Liv and Stephanie on this show will probably be the other important story. Hopefully they have a story. But we have made it to the end of our review here. It is your time to let your voice be heard. Final call for super chat donations, of course. But of course, if you haven't already, drop the thumbs up on the video. That helps us out so much as well. But we want to hear from you. What did you think of last night's show? Did you give the show a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle? Out of 10, what did you give the show? What was your match of the night, your moment of the night, your MVP and LVP? For me and top guy JJ for the February 2nd, 2026 edition of Monday Night Raw on Netflix in 3, 2, 1. I'm going thumbs in the middle. JJ, is that a thumbs in the middle or a slight thumbs up? Thumbs in the middle for
thumbs in the middle, but on the higher end.
Thumbs in the middle from both of us. This was legitimately a thumbs down show. 2 hours and 10 minutes in. Roman Reigns and CM Punk saved this show. So they got it up to a 5.5 out of 10. JJ, what did you give the show?
I gave Roman and Punk 4 points alone. So the rest of the show was a 2. So that my math gives it a 6.
That seems right. And then what was your well, obviously, moment of the night is Roman Reigns and CM Punk, right?
Yeah, Z-Bros or some stupid shit like that.
MVPs for the show, Roman Reigns. I'm going just with Roman Reigns. I'm sorry, Punk. I got to give this all to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns just cut one of the best promos of his entire career.
Might be the best promo in his career.
Yeah.
Might be the best promo of his career.
Yeah.
But 100%, yeah. Roman Reigns.
LVP for the show, who you got?
The fucking writers.
Yeah, I was gonna say Triple H.
All the fucking
for giving
writers.
us this awful fucking show.
A collective group of fucking stooges and bums and fucking morons. All of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah,
Not even fucking just doing only Triple H. Whoever, the writer of Raw, the fucking producer back there, alongside Triple H, all the people in Gorilla sitting there with his ass. All y'all motherfuckers are the LVPs.
Yeah, I'm giving it to Triple H 100%. He has the final say, so fuck him. Then match of the night. This is the hard one. Who you got, JJ?
I mean, I'm gonna go with default. Fucking street fight.
Yeah, by default, it is Stephanie Vaquer and Raquel Rodriguez who gave us a 2 3/4 star Philadelphia street fight.
Great.
Yes, yeah. Honorable mention to for LVP to Viking Raiders. Yeah,
Nope, I'm
you
not
guys.
giving them nothing because they did a job done
This
by
is
the
true.
writers.
This is true. This is true. JJ, that brings us to the end of another episode of Rated Raw Review. I want to thank you. I want to thank everybody in the chat for joining us
We
live.
survived, Pat. We made
Yes,
it.
we made it. You can join us every Tuesday at 1:15 p.m. Eastern Time as we review Monday Night Raw every week. If you are new to the channel, drop the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. JJ, let the people know where they can follow you on social media and when they shall see you again.
On Instagram, you can find me at TrueHill_Top Guy JJ, and on the YouTube channel. Yeah, I am very tentative for next week. I will more than likely let SP know by Thursday or so. But yeah, and the end of February for the flagship show. Yeah, Roman's not gonna be here next week, so yeah, I can't watch that again.
Fair. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. You can follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at TrueHillHeat. Patreon.com/TrueHillHeat. $3 a month gets you exclusive content. The best way to support us when we're not live here. And check out all the great content we got on the channel right now, like our WWE Royal Rumble 2026 review with myself, Wendy, and John Escudero of Dirt Sheet Radio. Check out the True Hill Heat flagship podcast from this past Saturday with myself, Miss Chrissy Love, and special guests Alex McCarthy and Sat E. Niangi, talking all about Roman Reigns burying WWE creative. We talked about AJ Styles potentially wrestling again after his retirement. Ava basically departing WWE out of nowhere, and the AEW world title scene, as well as Tommaso Ciampa signing with AEW. A great episode of the flagship, so go and check that out right now. I will be back with you live on Thursday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time for AE Ramble, the best AEW Dynamite review in the land. So join us live for that. And for Top Guy JJ, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been Rated Raw Review 105. I hate you. I've always hated you. For the February 2nd, 2026 edition of Monday Night Raw on Netflix, we are signing off until next time.
I hate you.